God, did you tell me to tell them this? Yes. Okay. Excuse me. 6:40 a.m. Thursday, May 30th, 2024, Tampa, Florida, USA. God told me to tell you it's the age of Aquarian. New things are coming in. There was once an Old Testament, and then a New Testament came in. I'm sure there was a lot of fighting and bickering about the New Testament. Well, I'm going to honor the Old Testament. I don't know nothing about no New Testament. Well, guess what? Another New Testament is coming in. This is where heaven is coming down to earth. That's what God told me to tell you. That's number one. Number two, if you have sold your soul, God can redeem your soul. That's the second thing God wanted me to tell you. The third thing is God said boycott buying houses. The real estate market has gotten out of control. The real estate mafia is insane. So I'm talking about the real estate mafia as one entity, but you know there's a whole bunch of flip it moguls. They come to you and they want to give you pennies for your house. Well, there's a crack in the floor over there, and the roof is not too great, and now your parents done spent 30 years paying for something and they want to give you a measly $30,000 and they going to put maybe 10,000 in it and then flip it for 300,000. This, we need to make legislation to make this illegal. This is worse than usury. Worse than usury. So what you need to do, what would be a good idea to do, you have family members that have already bought their houses, okay? You know friends that have property. See if you can put a tiny house in back of their house. Build you a little deck and pay them half of what you would have paid to get you a brand new house. Now, a lot of y'all don't know this. If you buy a house, let's say you get a 30-year mortgage. For the first 15 years, you are paying the bank the interest on the money for the house that you're trying to pay for. Now, if I'm wrong, real estate moguls, y'all can correct me. Not 50% to the principal and 50% to the bank's interest. You're paying you pay the bank up front. Tell me that ain't insane. Now, how did we get here? I kept saying, God, how can you pay for something for 10 years? You missed 3 months because, you got sick, you lost your job, you were in transition. And after 3 measly payments, they can come take your house. Not 3 years. They can come take your house behind 3 months. The foreclosure starts, generally speaking. And God said, in so many words, through research, the first half of your years of mortgage payments go to the bank first. That's criminal. That's criminal. That's criminal. So the only way we're going to get rent back down to something reasonable, if it's even possible at this point, is to push back. And the way to push back is to stop buying it. Now, if we Americans stop buying it and foreigners come from other countries and come in and buy the houses, then so be it. I guess maybe we'll have to start moving somewhere else. But it's not right. The Constitution, what America was so-called built on, the whole reason that the people from England, even if they were, the criminals, the people from the insane asylum, and the so-called religious extremists that coupled up and came here to create a land where they can worship, where how they want to worship, even if that's the case. According to the words in the Constitution, what's happening is not matching the words. So we're going to have to give them pushback and make somebody accountable for the words in the Constitution, Declaration of Independence, and the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How happy are you working 2 jobs, 3 jobs, 2.5 jobs to try to pay for a little small hut that doesn't even suit your needs? As soon as you buy it, it's already too small. They don't even want closets anymore. You can't even have a tub no more. You got to have the children's bicycles in the house. If you don't want people to steal the lawnmower, it's got to be in the house. The car garages are so small, you can barely get the car in there and get out the car. That's because these greedy real estate moguls don't put pride into offering a product that you can grow into. Even if you were going to make the houses, buy it for 30 and flip it, would you please make the car garage big enough for us to open the door completely without scraping the doors against the side? Would you please put some bicycle hanger hooks up in here, because you know that families ride bikes. It ain't gonna cost you that much more to do that. Could we please have some closets with seriously stable racks in the concrete that can hold clothes, that can hold some coats, hold some jeans without falling all apart, up top and down bottom? And it would be nice if you could put the little shoe cubby where about 12 pairs of shoes can fit in between there in the wall and the holes. So y'all done made it so I gotta come up with blueprints for a house that a family can grow into. You all are really despicable. I want you to know every time I see y'all come on the little YouTube commercials, oh, I can show you how to do this. I can show you how to do this. You all have to think about people and what it takes to live comfortably in a place. That's how you create good karma. Every time you go to the kitchen, you getting scraped by the pedals on your children's bicycles because they're in the house. Why? You can't leave them outside because people steal. Not in every neighborhood, but let's say you bought a nice bike and you don't want to leave it outside because you don't want it to get rained on and get rusted. You should have already thought of these things. And if we break it down and look behind there, you done charged us for galvanized iron, galvanized screws, but then you done use cheap nails and all that little shortcut shit. We're going to start holding you guys accountable, okay? And I really think we just need to boycott buying houses so that we can sit down and have the conversation about how to restructure how much a house can be sold for. And it should be in approximation of how much you bought it for. Okay, so I'm off of that soapbox. Peace.